Namaskar students. In this video, we shall be discussing about four another global indicators, that is AP, TS, RU and FE. Before coming to the topic, I just wanted to tell you that in our previous class, I have told you that if any flight, if it is moving between TC2 and TC3, the possible global indicator in that particular case may be AP or TS or RU or FE or EH. EH we have already discussed in detail, so I will not touch EH in this particular video. So in this particular video, we shall be discussing about various conditions related to these four global indicators. Let's start discussing about these four global indicators. The very first global indicator is AP. The full form of AP is Atlantic Pacific. Before discussing this global indicator, I just wanted to tell you about the various types of journey. As there is one type of journey that is called as RTW, round the world, and that is directly associated with this global indicator named as Atlantic Pacific. There are basically five types of journey. One is OW. OW means one way. For example, a flight is going from Delhi to London, LHR. So in this case, Delhi is the origin place and London is the destination place. If any flight is going from origin to destination and is not coming back to its origin place, that particular journey is called as one way. Then we have another type of journey, that is round trip, RT. We call it as round trip. When you come back to your origin place, for example, you started your journey from Delhi. Delhi is the origin place. You are going to London, and then from London you are coming back to Delhi. So you are reaching back to the origin place. When you are coming back to your origin place, in that particular case we call that journey as a RT or round trip. Then we have another journey is called as a CT. CT is called as circular trip. Circular trip. When you have an itinerary or a journey, and if you plot the journey on the world map, and it makes a kind of circle. So when any journey is making a kind of circle, that journey is called as circular trip. For example, a flight starts from Delhi. From Delhi, it goes to Dubai. Then from Dubai, it goes to Cape Town in South Africa. Then from Cape Town, it goes to Mauritius. And then from Mauritius, it is coming back to Delhi. So if we plot this itinerary on the world map, it would be making a kind of circle. So when any journey is making a kind of circle, it may not be the exact circle. It may be a circle kind of journey. So we will call that particular journey as a circular trip. Then on number fourth, we have another type of journey that is called as open jaw, or we call it as OJ. OJ, when the mouth of your itinerary is open, or when one sector of your itinerary, one sector of your itinerary is interrupted by surface transportation, is interrupted by surface transportation, that particular journey is called as OJ. For example, a passenger from London, he comes to Delhi, and then from Delhi he goes to Bombay via train, and then from Bombay he went back to London. So this particular sector is he is using the train. So when one sector of your itinerary is interrupted by surface transportation, that particular journey is called as open jaw. Another best example we have is someone uh, takes a flight from Delhi and he goes to London, and then from London to Paris, there is a train named Eurostar that moves between London to Paris or London to Brussels. So from London to Paris, he catch a Eurostar train, and then he comes to Paris, and then he catch a return flight from Paris to Delhi. So in this journey, again, the mouth of your itinerary is open, or one sector of your itinerary is interrupted by surface transportation. This particular journey is called as open jaw. Then the fifth and the most important, which is also related to your AP global indicator Atlantic Pacific, and that is RTW. RTW journey. The meaning of RTW is round the world. Round the world. The meaning of round the world, when you have taken a complete round of the world. So that particular journey is called as RTW. And when you will take a complete round of the world, round of the earth, when you will cross both the ocean. When you will cross Atlantic Ocean as well as Pacific Ocean. So that particular journey, when you are crossing Atlantic Ocean as well as Pacific Ocean, that particular journey is called as round the world journey. The best example, for example, some flight starts from Delhi, then from Delhi it goes to Hong Kong. Then from Hong Kong it crosses Pacific Ocean, and the moment it crosses the Pacific Ocean, it will come in this side. So here is San Francisco. The flight landed to San Francisco in US. So this is the US point. Then from San Francisco, the flight goes to London. And when it goes from San Francisco to London, it crosses Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean. So in this journey, the flight has crossed both the ocean, Pacific Ocean as well as Atlantic Ocean, and then from London, the passenger comes back to the origin place. So in this journey, the passenger has crossed Pacific Ocean as well as the Atlantic Ocean. So he has just taken a complete round of the earth. So in this particular journey, we call it as a round the world journey. So now we come to the AT global indicator. AT what? AT global indicator tells us? AT global indicator tells us when a journey, when a flight crosses both the oceans, that is Atlantic Ocean as well as Pacific Ocean, that particular journey, in that particular journey, AT will be our applicable global indicator. Applicable global indicator. The example I have already given you. In this journey, it is not necessary that the passenger must come from London to Delhi. He can end up his journey in London only. And even if he ends up his journey in London, he has already crossed Pacific Ocean as well as Atlantic Ocean. So again, this journey will be covers under the condition of AP global indicator, that is called as Atlantic Pacific. I have written it wrong, AT not AT, it is AP, Atlantic Pacific. So the example is Delhi, Delhi to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to SFO, SFO to London, LHR. So if this is the case, the applicable global indicator will be AP. Now we move to the next global indicator, that is TS. The full form of TS is basically Trans-Siberian. TS is Trans-Siberian. Now, before coming to these remaining global indicator TS, RU and FE, I just wanted to show you the world map first, and then we will discussing about these three remaining global indicators. As there is one important point that we need to understand, that is about Russia. Russia is basically divided into two parts. One part is Russia in Europe, and the another part is Russia in Asia. Russia in Asia. So Russia comes in Asia as well as it comes in Europe. There is a mountain range that is there in Russia. The name of that mountain range is Ural mountain range. Ural mountain range. Now this Ural mountain range divides Russia into two parts. The eastern part is called as Russia in Asia, and the western part, that is considered in the Russia in Europe. Russia in Europe. Just for your information, the two important cities of Russia, like one is Moscow and the another one is Saint Petersburg. Both these cities comes under Russia in Europe. I just show you this particular thing on the map also. Let's insert word map first. So this is the word map. So this is the word map. Now you can see here, this is the dividing line between TC2 and 3, and this line divides the Russia into two parts. Here again, here is the Ural mountain range. This Ural mountain range divides this part, the eastern part. Eastern part is known as Russia in Asia. Russia in Asia, and the western part is Russia in Europe. Hope this particular thing is clear to you now, because the remaining three global indicators which we are going to discuss, that depends upon the knowledge of this particular concept. So let's discuss first the TS global indicator. The TS is Trans-Siberian. Trans-Siberian. In this particular journey, the flight must start or terminates from TC2. The flight must start or terminates from TC2, but here is an exception. What is this exception? Exception that the flight should not start from Russia in Europe. The flight should not start or ends up in Russia in Europe. Russia in Europe. The flight can start or ends up in any other part of TC2, but it cannot start to be the TS global indicator, it cannot start from Russia in Europe. Then from TC2, the flight must go to TC3. Now here is also an exception. In TC3, the flight must land only in JAPCOR area. JAPCOR means Japan and Korea. Only permitted area in TC3 is JAPCOR. If it lands at any other area in TC3, this particular global indicator will not applicable. Any other global indicator will applicable. So it should land in JAPCOR. The first entry point should be JAPCOR. Then in TC3, it may go to any area of TC3 apart from JAPCOR. The first entry point must be JAPCOR. After that, the flight may go to any other area in TC3 apart from JAPCOR. If this is the case, the applicable global indicator in that case will be Trans-Siberian. For example, we just take an example of this particular routing. For example, any flight starts from Istanbul. Istanbul is in TC2, but it is not in Russia, in Europe. Then from Istanbul, the flight goes to Tokyo, TKO. TKO is in TC3 and it is in JAPCOR area. And then from Tokyo, the flight goes to Manila. So again, it is TC3, but it is not JAPCOR. So if this is the case, the applicable global indicator will be TS, Trans-Siberian. Now let's move to the another global indicator, that is RU, and let's try to understand the condition associated with the RU global indicator. RU, the full form of RU global indicator is Russia. Now, to any journey falls under RU global indicator, the flight must start from TC2 area. Originate or terminate point must be Russia in Europe. But in this particular case, the originating or terminating point must be Russia in Europe. Not any other part of the sub area of TC2. Not any other sub-region of TC2. The flight must start from Russia in Europe. Then from TC2 or from Russia in Europe, the flight must go to JAPCOR only. In TC, it must go to TC3 and only to JAPCOR area. Then from TC JAPCOR area must go to any other country. It should not ends up in JAPCOR, must go to any other country in TC3, but except there is a list of country, the flight should not go in those countries after JAPCOR. Only then the applicable global indicator will be RU. Now what are these countries? This is a list of 6-7 countries. I just write the name of every country. The very first one is it should not land up in Kazakhstan. Then it must not land in Kyrgyzstan. Then it must not land in Mongolia. Then Russia in Asia. then Tajikistan, then Turkmenistan, then Uzbekistan. So this is the list of exception countries. After Jaipur, the flight can go to any other, must go to any other area of TC3, but except these area. If this is the case, the applicable global indicator will be RU. Let's have an example of this particular routing. The example is the any flight starts from St. Petersburg, which is in TC2, and TC2 it is Russia in Europe. Then it goes to Osaka. Osaka is in Jaipur. Then from Osaka it goes to Taipei. Taipei is not under this exempted countries. So in this particular case, the applicable global indicator will be RU. So these were the conditions associated with the TS and RU. Now let's move to the another global indicator, and that is FE. FE is Far East. The last global indicator in this series is FE. The full form of FE is Far East. Now let us understand the conditions associated with FE. The flight must start or originate from TC2, but only permitted area is Russia in Europe, and one more country is added to this, that is Ukraine. The capital of Ukraine is Kiev. So either the flight must start or terminate Russia in Europe or in Ukraine. Then it must go to TC3 other than Jaipur. The flight should not go to Jaipur. It should be the other area apart from Jaipur, other than Jaipur. Then after landing other than Jaipur, it may go to Jaipur also. It may go to Jaipur. What does it mean? That the first entry point should not be the Jaipur area. The first entry point must not be Jaipur. It may be any other area apart from Jaipur. If this is the case, the applicable global indicator will be the Far East. For example, any flight starts from Kiev, it goes to Delhi, and then from Delhi it goes to Osaka. So Kiev, KIEV, Kiev is in TC2 and it is in the permitted area. Delhi is in TC3 other than Jaipur, and Osaka is the Jaipur area. So if this is the case, the applicable global indicator will be FE. So this was the discussion about all the global indicators. And I hope this topic is now clear to you, and uh, we shall be discussing other topics in the next video. So thank you very much for now. Let's meet in the another video.